Hi everyone, my name is Jean Powers. I'm a real estate investor based in the Chicagoland area. I am part of a nationwide network of investors across the country. The purpose of this webinar is to have you hear from some of my colleagues that are having success. When I first came to this community 3.5 years ago, I spent a lot of time interviewing people and asking them, how did you find this group and what have you learned and how have you used what you've learned to achieve more success? And so when I was sharing that with one of my colleagues, Bill Omi, he said, well, we should still do that and we should do it across the whole country and we should share it with everybody. And so here we are. Every Monday we do a quick webinar, and focus on or highlight success of someone in our group. So I'm really excited to have Jeremy Colon here with us tonight from Florida, and he's going to share his experiences. So welcome. First, we have a picture of you, right? Which is great. Thank you for sending that, and a picture of you and your girlfriend, right? Before we start talking about your project, can you just share with everyone how long you've been part of the community, and well, maybe a little bit about your background. What were you doing before, and what led you to this group?
Well, absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me on here tonight. I'll share my story. Well, yeah, before I found Renata in 2011, but I'd had an interest in real estate. I was probably 17 when I first watched my first promotional culture sheet, at night, and I ordered one of his programs and CDs, and I read his books and stuff. But I would say the first time I attempted to do an investment deal turned out pretty good. It was back in 2003. It's just reconstruction. The market was good back then, and just speculation. I was able to buy it. And by the time I finished building it 18 months later, I was able to sell it and make a $60,000 profit. I got into that deal, with a partner. She put down payment for me, and then I came up with the rest at closing. We did a conventional mortgage. We closed on it, and I put up to my owner. Within 60 days, it was sold. And I was closed and all done. And we made a great profit. But then after that, I went and put some money into a condo conversion. Spent a little too much money on it. And this was the end of '05, and the market pretty much, as soon as I bought it, pretty much stopped cold, and I lost money on that. I had it to short sale. I found that because of the challenges I was having, I realized I didn't know what I needed to know, and I realized I needed somebody out there to help me. I was looking around, and I found an ad on Craigslist, and I was introduced to Outsider's previous company, and really didn't get involved. I went to 2 meetings. I actually got to see Outsider speak down here in Fort Lauderdale. But I didn't dive into it at first. I wasn't sure about it. And, I been through a lot of different things. I've been to Rich Dad Poor Dad and some of their meetings, and I never really got to their program. But I really wanted to find a group that was going to be able to help me and provide support for me. And so, fast forward a little bit to 2011, the gentleman that I had met, named Julian Franco, I met him in Bob's previous company. He was down here in Fort Lauderdale, and he was specializing in short sales. And he told me about Renata, and I was very eager to jump in and see what was going on. Other than doing the real estate for all those years, I had been in the wastewater treatment plant operator for 12 years, and I pretty much that was my career. I was state licensed. Last October, I was actually able to leave that job, full-time job, and now I'm doing real estate full-time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's my background there.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. So tell us a little bit about, like, what classes were you able to take? What did you like the best?
Well, when I started, again, I started January 2011 when Renata first kicked off, and I knew right away I wanted to jump into education. And it was a challenge for me. I was actually I had just found out I was going to be getting divorced for a second time, my second marriage. So I was struggling a little bit financially, but I knew I wanted to get the education, so I jumped into the essential. After it took me about like 26 or 28 days to figure out where I had the money, and I was thinking about where can I get this money for the essential education, and I realized I had it sitting in a mutual fund that I had set up for my son. And I looked at the history of that mutual fund, and it kept losing money for. He was 2011. He was actually 10 years old at the time. I started it when he was just born, a few months after he was born. So it was never worth more money than I put into it. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to take this mutual fund and put it to good use. And I used it to cash it out, and I used it to buy my essentials. And I jumped into the education. That was in the end of January. April was the first college. I flew out to Utah and sat through all the essential classes. And basically, each essential class that they had, Chris Alvin was a big influence on me. And actually sitting through his classes live. And I liked, his finding a deal executive, his creative acquisition. Those classes got me thinking a little differently about how to acquire some properties rather than going the conventional mortgage way. And then Mark Holder's class, the tax and legal classes, those probably were two of my favorite classes. I actually got excited when I started hearing about what you could do with retirement plans. And actually now, if I just jump forward, that's exactly how I got started. It took me a while, but I eventually moved my pension from my job over to self-directed 401k, and I started utilizing my 401k fund to fund some of my projects. That's how I got started. I know I struggled the first couple of years, finding properties. I found properties, and because I was dealing with short sales, I was struggling to get the sellers to cooperate with the paperwork and things like that, and I was struggling to get them past that initial stage of just starting, that whole short sale process. Properties were getting either the homeowner was backing out and getting foreclosed on, or the bank wasn't approving the short sale. I had different challenges, but eventually I learned my lesson and started with the 15. Luckily, I met, you see the picture of my girlfriend there, she actually met at a networking event, and she actually works for a title company. She's a marketing director, and I started working with her company. And they have attorney, they have an excellent short sale negotiator, and that helped me to sort of kick off also my, building my team of people I'm working with, helped me to get some of these short sales off and running and actually closed on. So, those classes, before, like I said, I was buying using conventional mortgages, and I bought that on the career because that's what everybody's doing. And I realized, that wasn't going to work for me. And some of the creative acquisition classes and tax and legal allowed me to set myself up to create, a situation where I could invest and, really kind of get my feet, my feet wet and actually start having houses. So, last year in 2013, my job, because I was in a place for an operator, was a job or a government job, and they prioritized my position and allowed me to roll my pension into my self-directed 401k. And from there that summer, actually got a property under contract from another facility with a friend of another down here in Lauderdale, and we partnered on that deal. one that we had. He got a private lender, but through networking, met the first on the purchase, and actually we kept it. So, yeah, I'm around with it, but the house you see in the picture, there was actually my first wholesale as a aeronautics student. I actually closed on that last year when I was in Cancun. I got on the contract, wholesale it to my mentor, Joe Franco, who is an aeronautics member as well. And I closed, I think it was the second day I was in Cancun on the leader's retreat. So that gave me the confidence to go out. I was able to see the deal go from beginning to end. And after that, so last September, that was 2013, November, I closed on property in neighboring city. And then picked up 2 more properties on contract shortly after that. And those shorts took a while. I just closed on one in August. The ad that I'm working on right now, Deerfield Beach. This property here, you're trying to Sunrise, I have that on a contract. That one hopefully should be closing by the end of the month. And then the day before I went to Cancun this year, last month, I closed on another house in Pembroke Pines. And Burke County is familiar with it. But I've actually got 2 homes right now that I own. I sold another rehab last April, the one I bought, and one I hope to deal last September. And I'm about to close on my 4th deal in the last 12 months. Another property I'm looking to wholesale pretty soon here also. So, yeah, in the last 12 months I've worked on 4 or 5 properties. And I've got control of it. And, the education is what allowed me to do that. Learning how to put together a good team and support of the team and the community as well.
Well, this is really awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. This is really, really great. So this property here that we see on the screen right now, is this the one you own now?
This one is one that I have property in Sunrise, Florida. I have it under contract. A short sale. I picked it up on the contract in May. I actually initially made an offer for $105,000, and with my LLC that I own to my 401k.
Wow.
The bank was trying to play hardball and went back and forth on that. They came back and they said, if you don't want to take my 490, I wasn't agreeable to that price because they are being about 235 and it needs quite a bit of work. And the pool is on a canal, but the waterfront pool needs to be done. The whole deck and the back all needs to be done, and the inside needs a kitchen. Needs some one of the bedrooms would open up and turn into a den. So in order to qualify that for bedroom, I have to close back up and make the closet and for everything.
Also, it looks like it needs a roof.
The roof, this is an old thing.
So you said that this is an old picture, but that it needs more work than you, and that you're prepared. You have to prepare for that, so you can't pay what they want, or you couldn't pay initially.
Too high. So I put it off at 175 with my F quote. They pretty much didn't want to negotiate, and I was with my lower offer. So with that, I had the offer in with my LLC, my 401k. So with that offer, put in an offer with my F quote, and they are now they're promoting that offer at the company.
Okay.
So it was just this little trick there. I had my F corp set up recently, and I figured they're not going to negotiate. They actually sold the short term negotiators to find another buyer. That's what I did. I put my F corp instead of my LLC, and they're actually considering my offer now at 175.
Cool. Hey, do you have time for just a couple quick questions? We'll see if anyone else on the, I put the chat box back up there. Can you guys see the chat box, and you want to type in any questions you have for Jeremy? Yeah, a lot more people joined us. Thank you guys for being here. It's exciting, isn't it? Bill Omi's typing in a question. Are you opening up an office in Florida?
Are you talking about a aeronautics office? that hopefully is in the works. But we've struggled down here in our community. Those of you know Forrest, that he was our staff member down here in Fort Lauderdale. And he's since moved on to other things. He's doing some big deals down in the East.
Right. Right.
It's a big real estate project. And so, I struggle. I've been doing meetings down here, weekly meetings.
Oh, and where do you do those? Where do you do those weekly meetings?
We were doing them in Davie, and in Davie, Florida, which is just a little bit west of Fort Lauderdale, if you're familiar with the area. And what we're considering is starting to utilize more of the webinar.
Okay.
And in order to be able to market nationwide, things like that, so we can reach more people. Also, it's a different market, than a lot of other cities and states. And it's tough to get people to commute down here. A lot of people will, prefer to do the webinar, so
okay.
That's probably the rest of them fine.
Oh, I see. Okay. What's next after completing these? What are you planning on doing? I'm going to turn you up now, Jeremy, and see if that can help a little bit.
After these, my goal is to eventually get into some more commercial buy and hold properties. These flips that I'm doing, the goal is to kind of create that one little cash and then account that I can have that money there for any issues I may have on the property. But I've been talking to different people, networking, with different lenders, things like that. I'm always out talking to lenders, and my goal is to get into commercial properties where you have that rental income coming in.
Thank you so very much for taking the time to share with all of us what you're up to, and we look forward to hearing more from you as you go forward and create more success for yourself. Thank you. For everyone else on the line, please take your next step and create success for yourself and come back and share it with all of us. All right? Thank you so much.